All right, I'm gonna show you how to, hopefully my shadows aren't too bad, all right? How to do some bird watching in personal space. So this is the first video that I'm doing about a specific section of the game, so I have to set up the actual game because this happens, bird watching happens in the middle of a game. So I'm gonna set this up like I'm in the middle of a game, and then I'm gonna show you some bird watching. Okay, so bird watching is a hobby, and hobbies are this new aspect in the game that can be used at different times. So for bird watching, the first thing you need is your 4 bird feeder cubes. So you put them on all the start spaces. And to bird watch, you just need the sheet. You have the cubes, you need the sheet. You're gonna use a couple dice as well. When moving, you may spend the required resource to leave a bird feeder at your starting or destination space. Your bird feeders remain there until the end of the day or until you choose to stop bird watching. So I've got these 3. This requires a worm, a fruit, or a fish. If you look at my character sheet, my daily sheet here, I only have fish, which means I'm only going to be able to add 1 bird feeder a day until I start getting those other resources, and I can add multiple bird feeders. So we're done with this for a moment. So I'm gonna we'll leave it there for now. When moving, I can spend the required resource to leave a bird feeder. So I'm gonna move. Let's go from here to here, for example. I need to draw that on my grid. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4 space line without any turns or anything like that. So I can make it wherever I want, and I can rotate it. So let's go right there. I mark it with M's for move. I put an M here, move to drop bird feeder. This is completely subjective, write whatever you'd like. Really, I'm just moving but logging my action. So I'm gonna drop the bird feeder. So at the end of the mood, let's see. You may spend the required resource to leave a bird feeder. So I'm going to spend my fish and leave one. So my fish goes down by 1. Okay, at the end of any move action, so this one or any other one that I want, I can roll 2 dice plus 1 for each bird feeder that is in place. So I have 1 bird feeder. If I didn't have any bird feeders, I can still bird watch with, or I can still see if birds appear with 2 dice, but the bird feeders help you. So 3 of them. Okay. If you roll doubles, I did not, you see a bird on the map, the coordinate location of the 2 doubles. So if I rolled a 3 and a 3, you look at the map, there's 3-4 and there's a 3 there. So this space here, there would be a bird. There isn't. If you roll doubles. Okay, if you roll the column of a feeder, so this is in column 2, which I did roll a 2, you see a bird in the location of the feeder. So then what I do is I mark over here where the bird is in the row and column. So it's in row 2, column 2. It's in my exact space, which is really helpful. On your next turn, you may bird watch. If you do not choose to bird watch, the bird will fly away. So my turn, move to drop the bird feeder, dropped, bird appears. As in every turn of the game, your mood is, after each turn, you adjust your mood by -1, 0, or +1. Because I saw a bird, that helps my mood, so it's gonna go up by 1. Okay, to bird watch, you'll take a hobby action. So that bird's gonna leave if I don't take my next action as a bird watch action. So H is a hobby action. You draw a shape on your grid and the amount of spaces from you to the bird, including your space and the bird space. This is just 1, so I can just, anywhere on my grid, I can draw that shape and you fill it with H's for hobby. Then use 2 dice to log the bird's location, which I've already done. So I'm gonna do a hobby birdwatch. Now, if I was here, if I was here and the bird was there, I'd have to draw a shape that's like that. If I was here and the bird was there, I would have to draw a shape like this, or like this, or like this, whatever fits on my grid. So, but because I'm there, I don't have to do that. One other thing to note is I have luck, brain power, and creativity, which allow me to manipulate die rolls. So they could manipulate that initial birdwatch roll. So I didn't get the 2. I could use my brain power to knock this 3 down to a 2. I could also use my brain power. Let's just say I didn't have the bird feeder there. I could use my brain power to up this 3 into a 4, and it would make doubles, which would make a bird appear because they always appear on doubles. Okay, so, and only one bird, multiple birds can appear if you roll enough dice, but you're only gonna mark one of them, the one that you would choose to birdwatch the next turn. Okay, next you will take a series of turns, rolling for success, and sliding your cube down if successful. So I get to, first thing I'm gonna do is slide down to one of these and choose what I wanna do. I'm going to focus. Do I wanna focus and spend more H's? So I have to put more H's on my grid over here. Or do I wanna focus without any extra H's? So let's say my grid was getting tight and I didn't have a lot of room. I'm gonna do it. I have a lot of room, it's early in the day, so I slide down to the H, which means I have to put another H on here. Let's just go right here with an H. And H represents I'm spending more of my time on my hobby because this is essentially all the time I have in the day. And the first thing I did, I stopped up here. H is my hobby, bird watching. Now, this line is going to be the entire hobby of bird watching. I don't need to keep adding additional lines. This is one action. These H's are still part of that action. There are additional H's within that same action. So I slid down to here, focus. I need to roll a 3 to 6. I got it, 3. I focused, awesome. Now I can move either, if you can see, I can move down or diagonal to either one's identified. This one I need to roll a 3 to 6. This one I need to roll a 5 through 6. I have lots of brain power, so I can make a lot of manipulation, but I still have a lot of space up here. So let's do the identify. I'm gonna take the chance. I need to roll a 5 or a 6. I rolled a 3. That's not going to cut it. So my birdwatching would be done right now if I can't manipulate that. So I'm gonna knock my luck down by 1 and roll again. It's 4. I need to be a 5 or 6. I'm gonna use my brain power, knock it down by 1 to up that into a 5. The important thing about these stats is they only go down and you get them for the day. So you can use them for this bird watching, I can use them for my job or resource generation or anything else, but that's it. You only get them once a day and they'll go down as you use them. So bam, I'm here, I succeeded via brain power, bam, I got to the bird. So now I'm gonna write, saw a bird. What did I see? It's important to figure out what we see. So we look at a couple things. The first is which row we are in, which is row 1 or 2. Then we look at our column, which is 2. And then we look at the time of the day that we started playing the game, which was 1:05 p.m. So 1:05 p.m. Means it's a sun swan. So I've seen a sun swan. Which one? Row 1 is a yellow. Column 2 is capped, so I saw a yellow capped sun swan. Or I'm also in row 2 because the rows are combined. There's a red capped sun swan. So I really get to choose which one of those two that I see. So I'm gonna go with the yellow capped sun swan. So I go here, yellow capped sun swan, and mark it. I've seen that bird. So I'm gonna mark here, yellow capped sun swan. And I'm gonna say that ups my mood for the turn because you adjust your mood after every turn. So bam, up my mood. So I've caught one. I didn't catch one. I saw one. It only cost me the initial H and another H. And that means I am done for that turn. So I could move to another spot. I could, let's say I'm gonna keep birdwatching. I'm gonna move to here. So I mark my move. It's a 2-space move. I'm gonna mark it on here, move, check for birds. So I still have one of these out. Now you'll notice that one is only useful for 2 birds per day because there's the yellow-capped sunswan and the red-capped sunswan that show up at that space. But there's also the chance that I roll doubles because I have that one out there. It gives me an extra die no matter what. So I roll 2, 4, 6. If you roll doubles, it appears in the coordinates, but if you roll the column, it'll appear there. So I can see that other one, that other sunswan, if I want to, and I should because I've invested all this already in it. So move. Let's see a bird. Okay. I'm gonna mark where the bird's at over here, which is the same row and column from before. Now, I have to try to see that bird. I guess that would be see bird. It's bird appears. I mean, this is subjective how you want to write it, but now I'm gonna hobby and try to see that bird. So I'm gonna bird watch, which means I need to do draw a shape on the grid and the amount of spaces from me to the bird. So this one is now 2 away. So I gotta find somewhere on my grid. I'll stick over in this corner and do a hobby action. And put my cube on the start here. And now I have my choice. Do I wanna focus where I have to roll 3 to 6 and add an H, or do I wanna not add the H and try to roll 5 to 6? I'm going to do the focus because my luck is low, my brain power is low. Not low, my brain power is actually fairly high. So because I rolled a 2, I'm gonna use my brain power, up that to a 3. Focus is successful, I continue bird watching. I have to add my H because I didn't add it. Now, I'm going down to this one because I'm not gonna take those chances. My odds are not feeling great. I have to add another H to my grid. And I roll 3 to 6, success, saw the other bird. Because of my spot, 1, 2, which is the yellow capped sunswan. The time doesn't change. Even if I played for an hour and go into the next time or 2 hours or whatever it is, which you probably won't, it's not that long of a game, but you always use the time that you started. So I saw the other one. I already saw the yellow capped sunswan, red, which is 2, 2, red capped sunswan. So now I've seen 2 of the capped sunswans. I can keep bird watching. Saw red capped sunswan, and that's gonna up my mood as well. I could keep bird watching throughout the day. Let's say I want to move, I have to go to the rocket launcher for something. So I make that movement, which is an L shape. I pop it on my grid somewhere. Let's go right here. At the end of every move action, let's see, move to rocket launcher. See if a bird appears. I still have this one out, so I still get a 3rd die, which is really helpful. 4, 5, 5. So nothing in that column, even though I don't want to see one in that column. But I did get a 5, 5, which is great. That means a bird is going to appear right here. Mark it 5, 5. I can take my hobby action, or I can choose not to see the bird, but I'm spending a lot of time on birds today, so I take my hobby action. Bird watch. I have to add an H somewhere on my board. My board is getting crowded. Oh, not an H, I'm sorry. It is the H. It's 2 spaces because the bird has appeared there. So my hobby action is 2 H's, so I'm gonna go like this. It just makes the shape from me to the bird, including myself and the bird. So that's a more time cost hobby because I'm farther away. It takes a little bit more out of me. So we go back to this. Do I want to focus and spend more H's? I'm spending this whole day bird watching, it seems, but I'm going to do it. H. 5. I had to roll 3 to 6. Success. Let's take a chance on identify. I've got some dice I can mess with here. 3. I need a 5 to 6. I'll spend a luck on a reroll. That's not good. I still have not worked my job today, which takes up a lot of this grid. I got to move to it and then do it. I'm going to say that I can't afford to get rid of any of these dice because I might need these to manipulate things in my job so I can end up with some money. So I'm going to stop. That's going to be the end of my bird watching. No luck. No luck bird watching, which means I wipe these away. I knocked my mood down by 1 because I wanted to see birds all day. My bird feeder stays out until the end of the day or until I choose to stop bird watching. So if for some reason I said I'm done for the day, I could wipe it away, but it's worth leaving it because every time you move, you do check to see if there are birds. They might be right near you. If they're on the same spot, the most it costs is a single H. And that's it. So the other key thing to show is when you are on a side moon. So let's look at this one. Bird watching gets interesting because instead of this space here being 1 and 2 and 1, which means you can see the yellow or red tailed whatever comes out at that hour, this space is 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. So you can see the yellow and red tailed thing of the hour or the yellow and red capped thing of the hour. So going all the way to your side moon allows you more visibility, more options of birds every time you play. And that's it. That's bird watching. And that's where I'm at. I've seen 2 birds. One quick thing I forgot to mention is the guide to hornbills. There are a variety of items that you can get throughout the game via the store or through other methods that will help birdwatching, make birdwatching easier. So this is my actual character sheet today. I bought the guide to hornbills, which makes identifying hornbills easier. I believe you don't have to place the H. Oh no, it's +1 to your die when rolling your identify roll. If you're, if you see a hornbill. So, yep, there's that. There's binoculars and there's guides to other birds as well as more stuff to come. So there are additional ways to become better at your hobby through buying stuff and other methods that are to come.